All right, y'all. So today we're going to be talking about prompt engineering. Okay, I know it sounds advanced and all that, but it's really not. If ever you have had a problem with ChatGPT not doing what the hell you wanted it to do, this video is for you. I got some real sauce coming up that is going to allow you to be able to use and harness the power of AI to really make some money. Let's go. Hey y'all, before we get into the video, if you're looking for some form of homework type examples, then I'm going to put a Google Doc in the description and you guys can just click that and go ahead and go ham and really hone your prompt engineering skills. I'm telling you, you are going to thank me later. All right, let's get to the video. The title of today's lesson is Unlocking the Power of AI, a guide to prompt engineering. You ever wonder how to make AI do what the fuck you want it to do? It's all about the prompts, my nigga. Think of AI as a super smart dog. The better your instructions, the better the tricks. From zero to hero. Mastering basic prompting techniques. So there are specific ways to be able to prompt these large language models, aka LLMs. And all this is, if you think about it in layman's terms, is being able to communicate with a computer. Think of it like this. You would not go to a different country and try to communicate with people within that environment the same way you try to communicate with one of your niggas on the block. All right. You will obviously begin to think or maybe notice the way that people interact within a certain environment or the way that they communicate with each other in an environment that's different than yours. The same goes for talking to these or communicating with these computers. You have to understand how to communicate with them to in order for you to harness the real power that these large language models have. The thing about these large language models that I see everyone doing is they're still just using these as like a souped up Google. Okay, this is not Google, my nigga. This is a large language models. This is a piece of software that can literally expand your entire thought process. The only thing about the expansion is you have to be able to communicate with it well enough for you to receive the response in what you're looking for. So let's go through a few techniques. The first is zero shot prompting. All right. This is giving a direct instruction with no examples. It's like asking an AI to build a business plan without showing. For example, list 3 ways AI tools can help Black entrepreneurs launch an e commerce business with minimal startup costs. You see how there are no examples of tools or exactly what you're looking for with the e-commerce. Like, what are you selling? What type of e-commerce are you selling? What type of products are you selling? So you're not giving Chat GPT or Claude any type of examples or pretty much any type of context to go off of. So you're gonna let it kind of like do its thing. And unfortunately, these motherfuckers don't be knowing what the hell you want. Okay, so you want to be able to try to give it as precise of instructions as possible. Okay. The second one is few shot prompting. Okay, so this providing examples that demonstrate the pattern, like showing an AI exactly what types of marketing strategies have worked for similar businesses before asking it to create yours. Example, complete the pattern. Startup, raising capital solution, crowdfunding platform specific to minority founders. Startup, building a website solution, no code website builders with AI assistance. Startup, marketing on a budget solution. And then, after giving it so many examples of exactly what you're looking for or the pattern in which you're looking for it to respond with, once you give it something, then it will respond exactly in that pattern. Then you have chain of thoughts prompting. Okay, so this is a little bit more advanced, but still simple enough for you to understand how to use it. So this is walking the AI through each step of reasoning. And now that we have these reasoning models like ChatGPT, first it started with O1 Preview, but now we got 4.5. And then we got Claude 3.7 Sonnet, which are absolutely powerful, powerful models. If you know how to use them correctly, these things will really take you from nothing to something. You still have to obviously execute on everything that it does, but you have to understand that the breadth, BREADTH, of these large language models gives you the ability to do astronomical things. So, for example, here is question: if I invest $100 a month into an index fund averaging 8% returns for 20 years, how much wealth will I build? Then you personally begin to break it down. Okay, hey, I'm investing 100 a month. That's $1,200 a year at 8% average annual return for 20 years. With compound interest, my initial investment grows and my returns generate more returns. So it's just like you just giving it more and more context on how to just break it down. So whenever you give it another question or a problem, it then begins to break it down very similarly and then generate and respond with the broken down process of how it thought. That is what chain of thought is really used for. Now, a lot of times, few shot prompting will get you everything that you're looking for. Chain of thought prompting is more like mathematical, okay, because these large language models have had a lot of trouble with math in certain instances. So that's why chain of thought prompting is so powerful when it comes to mathematical equations. But let's go ahead and get into some few examples here. Feel free to pull up Claude or one of the large language models right now so you can get some experience and you can get some let's say some practice in learning how to actually prompt properly. So first we'll start with zero shot prompting, giving a direct instruction with no examples, like asking the AI to build a business plan. And we'll copy this. Oh, sorry. Copy this. We'll go into Claude and we'll tell it, hey, give me an example of the following. Paste it in there. We'll say in ChatGPT, hey, give me an example of the following. So these are still, like I said, because of how powerful these models are, they still gave a pretty, well written example. So create a comprehensive business plan for a mobile app that helps people find and book private chefs. Include market analysis, target demographic, revenue model, marketing strategy, and a 3-year financial projection. So this is an example of what you would possibly, give or provide to a large language model in a zero shot prompting strategy style, because you're not giving it any type of examples of maybe a different mobile app that you may have seen that it could possibly mimic or derive some type of data from. You like, what type of cuisine are you looking to possibly market on this app and stuff like that. Here, create a detailed business plan for a mobile app startup focused on personalized health coaching. Include the executive summary, target market analysis, product features, marketing strategy, financial projections, and potential risk. Ensure the plan clearly explains how the app will monetize and how it differentiates itself from competitors. This is absolutely phenomenal. I don't think I would have said all of this within one prompt, but that just goes to show that, hey, we need to be able to give these large language models enough context for it to be able to do what it needs to do. And it tells you that right here. This instruction gives clear direction without referencing any templates or examples, leaving it completely open-ended for the AI to interpret and create from scratch. So now let's tell it, hey, now provide that same let me hide this. Now provide that same example. Let me make sure my camera's still on. Excellent. Now provide that same example, but use a few shot prompting. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. That's strategy. Control A, Control C. Let's see what they say here. Let's see what ChatGPT said. So this is the difference between asking it to create you a business plan in a zero shot prompting style, and then giving it a few shot prompting style in the same type. Hold on, let's see. So example, meal delivery app. Create a business plan for a meal delivery app targeting busy professionals. The plan should include an executive summary, detailed market research, a description of product features, competitive, whatever. Example two, eco-friendly clothing brand. Build a business plan for an eco-friendly clothing brand. Now, your task: create a detailed business plan for a mobile app startup focused on personalized health coaching. Include the executive summary, target features. So, in this few shot prompting example, the AI is first shown two complete examples of similar requests, each demonstrating the expected structure and key points to include. This method guides the AI's output to closely match the demonstrated structure and depth. Okay, so this still enables ChatGPT to be able to understand, okay, this is exactly what this user is looking for. Now, me, I was actually looking for it to possibly give me, let's say, but that would kind of be kind of heavy because I was going to tell it to actually create. But lo and behold, that's good. So let's see what Claude says. Claude, similar way. Ride share app connects drivers with empty seats to passengers needing rides, reducing traffic emissions while creating income opportunities. Market analysis, the global ride, main competitors, revenue model. So this is kind of like more what I was looking for when I wanted to give it a few more examples of exactly what each section would possibly look like. Okay, now it will have a better understanding of how to generate and respond correctly. Make sure my camera's alone. Excellent. So now let's try chain of thought. So, how would we create these prompts in a chain of thought method? Control A, Control C. So now ChatGPT is going to give us examples of how to actually create these in a chain of thought method. You are about to create a detailed business plan for a startup. To approach this systematically, follow these steps clearly. So this is, as you can see, much more thought out, much more reasonable, much more understanding, and much more methodic when it comes to the actual generation. So let's see how Claude does. So this is actually telling it, I'd like you to create a business plan for a mobile app that helps people find and book private chefs. Please think through this step by step. It listen, it's telling you, hey, think this through. Okay, when like I said, when you think of the chain of thought prompting style, you think of how you can allow this large language model to now begin to reason, to now begin to think about what it responds with instead of just spitting something back at you. So let's go ahead and do some data research. I should have already had this pulled up, but let's go ahead and do it now. Data on the benefits of providing examples to LLMs. Can't believe y'all sat here and let me search the web looking for a goddamn graph when I could have went right here and told. Man, I can't believe y'all. What? Listen, search the web and find me a few statistical graphs that show the benefits and difference of the output of LLMs when you give it examples to when you don't give it examples. Let's click the search button here. Control A, Control C. So we can put it in here. Now with Claude, they don't actually have a search, but you can just tell it, hey, search the web, and then it'll search the web for you. So, performance improvement with few shot prompting. A study highlighted in an article from Analytics, I'm going to butcher that. I'm not even going to try it. Demonstrates the impact of few shot prompting on a sentiment classification task using the Twitter US airline sentiment data set. So, let's go ahead and click this. Open link in the new tab. So, zero shot prompting, 73%. Few shot with 10 examples, 80%. Few shot with 20 examples, 82%. Few shot with 30. So clearly, just from zero to few with 10 examples is a significant difference. Okay. That's 7%, damn near 8% different right there. I'm not like a fucking oh shit. I'm not like a fucking math whiz, so I don't know like I don't like to break that down even further, but that's a significant difference. All right. Okay, so here we are right here. So this is this is a lambda. So you can see the difference right here. Okay, in zero shot prompting, which is the green, to one shot, zero shot to one shot to few shot prompting, and just the complete difference of the effectiveness of the large language model when you choose to give it some examples first. Okay, let's keep going here. So level up your prompts, advanced strategies for optimal results. Self-refinement. The AI critiques itself. Basically, it's like handing your work to a friend that keeps it a buck with your ass and says, hey, that's cool, but do it again, this time with some motherfucking talent. All right. Persona, assign a role at like James Baldwin. Now your AI responds with the kind of style that makes you sit up straight and rethink your entire life. Chaining. This is linking multiple prompts together. It's like watching a Jordan Peele plot unfold, layered, complex, and always leading to something you didn't see coming. So let's go ahead and go through these. So self-refinement, I do this with each and every one of my large, each and every so let's go through each one of these one by one. So self-refinement, I do this every time I prompt. Whenever I never take the first response when prompting. I always put a prompt in, and then once it gives me its response, I always say, "Hey, reevaluate that response. What weaknesses are in there? Are there any strengths? Can you do a complete analysis on it and then give me a better response?" And it always comes back with a better response because the first one is just never its best one. Okay. Persona, this is something that you must do on each and every one of your prompts. Okay, you give it a role. Okay, you don't actually have to get as specific as giving it like an actual person, but you have to give it a role. The most easiest thing to do, I always say, is, "Hey, you are an expert, insert whatever it is you are looking for." Maybe it's a email copywriter, maybe it's an expert content creator, maybe it's an expert business strategist. Whatever it is you want it to be an expert in, you tell it what it is before you begin prompting it. This is absolutely essential to begin to get the real sauce from these large language models. And then you have chaining. Okay, so that's linking multiple prompts together. So that's kind of like what you would do when the AI isn't giving you exactly what you wanted it to do. So you're kind of like, you're starting out right here and you're kind of just like feeding it little by little to kind of get to exactly what it is you wanted it to do, like in the end. So why prompts matter? Saving time and maximizing ROI. First and foremost, time. Good prompts get faster results, and time is money, my nigga. This is very important because it's two things that you're going to spend every day: time and money. Okay. It's either you're going to be able to buy back your time or spend it doing something like prompting all the motherfucking time. So when you use better prompts, you're actually able to cut down on the time it takes to get the results that you are actually looking for. All right. Money. Better prompts means less wasted processing power and more revenue. So when you or when we sorry, when we prompt these large language models, we are using these things called tokens. Okay. Let me go ahead and get Claude. Explain the use of tokens to a 8-year-old and use the NFL as a metaphor. So this is tokens. Imagine you are watching an NFL football game. You know how each team has a playbook with all their special plays. And when they want to run a play, the quarterback calls out the name of that play, and everyone on the team knows exactly what to do. Well, tokens are kind of like that, but for computers and AI like me. When I'm reading or writing, I don't see whole words like you do. Instead, I see lots of little pieces called tokens. These tokens are like the plays in a football playbook. Let's say the NFL team has a play called Red 42 Sweep. That's one complete play, but it tells every player exactly what to do. In the same way, the word football might be broken into tokens like foot and ball. Now, imagine if a football team could only remember 100 plays for an entire game. They'd have to be really careful about which plays they choose, right? That's how tokens work for AI. I can only use a certain number of tokens when we are talking, so I need to be smart about how I use them. So just like how a football team practices their plays over and over until they know them perfectly, I've been trained to understand what different combination of tokens mean. And just like how the more plays a football team knows, the better they can respond to different situations in the game, the more tokens I can use, the better I can understand and respond to what you're telling me. Does that explain tokens? Most definitely does. So make sure my camera's alone. So in order for us to be able to, let's say, get in layman terms, whenever you are using large language models to do something very, very complex, you're going to have to use more and more tokens for it to be able to kind of like, let's just say, have a bigger brain. Okay. So the less tokens you use, the less brain that it has to be able to accomplish exactly what it is that you wanted it to do. But you have to understand as a coach of this large language model is, hey, if I'm using it for something very simple, I don't need to use up a bunch of tokens, because at the end of the day, it's gonna cost you some money, my nigga. So you want to be able to understand, okay, I'm using tokens, or I'm using this many tokens. Now we will get into the token usage when we get into the actual developer side of these large language models. And that is what I'm going to begin to, get you guys to understand and get you guys to start using, because when you use the basic interface of these large language models, they're inputting a lot of stuff within these prompts in order to keep it simple, okay? Because we understand that the masses of people are using these, so they don't want to make it like super complex, because then a lot of people won't use it. So they want to make it as simple as possible, but they have to input a lot of shit or inject a lot of bullshit into the prompts on the back end where you can't see it, in order for it to work, for the masses. Make sure camera's alone. Okay, excellent. So instead of that, where we're going to start going is to the console part of Anthropic, okay, or to the platform, OpenAI's platform, okay, and will begin as I continue with these lessons, is you'll begin to play in the background in the developer side, and you get to have more control and customization of your prompts, okay. I'm not saying you have to use this every time. I am saying that if you are looking to have or harness the most power from these large language models, you'll start playing in the back end, because it's just, you can just have such much more customization. Oh shit. They go AI doing what the hell they want to do. Efficiency. Efficient prompts equal faster answers. That's the same thing with the time and the money. You want to make sure that you're using the most efficient type of prompts to be able to get exactly what it is you're looking for in the quickest time. You ain't sitting there like, no, that's not what I meant. No, please don't do it like that. No, that's not what I meant. I want you to do this. And it's just, if you understand how to communicate with the computer, you won't have to go through that. So, real world applications, unleashing AI's potential across industries. Marketing. Black owned businesses are thriving in innovation, but the stats show there's still room to grow. Did you know Black owned businesses generate $217 billion annually, yet only 3% of all US firms are Black owned? That's a gap that I am here to try to close with AI. Right now is an inflection time in human history. I can almost guarantee you that we won't have another time like this to be able to close that wealth gap. Okay. It's very important that we take artificial intelligence and AI very serious. It's very important that we take AI very serious, because it has the power to be able to close the wealth gap. It has the power to be able to increase your productivity. It has the power to be able to take a street nigga and then transition him into a business owner, a thriving business owner. Black owned restaurants that added a Black owned label on Yelp saw a 67% spike in online traffic and a 10% boost in person visits. That's called strategy. Social media amplifies visibility, builds brand loyalty, and connects you directly with customers who want to support your business. Make sure my camera's alone. So I am very, very big on social media. Okay, so I don't mean like I have like a big brand or anything. I mean like I'm very adamant on us using social media as a platform for marketing. There are three main ways to generate leads: content, paid ads, cold outreach. Okay. Cold outreach, very, very good. You just have to do a fucking fuckload of volume to really get some results. Paid ads has the quickest return, but it costs the most. Content takes the longest to begin to generate leads, but it costs the least. All you need is a phone and just posting. And obviously, large language models to be able to help you script out and stuff like that. But those are the three ways. And social media is like digital marketing is right now. It's been like before, but it's definitely going to be more and more as we move further in time or in the future. Okay. You guys, excuse me. Sometimes I don't be having all my words together, but you get what the fuck I'm talking about. Customer support. Businesses using AI powered chatbots report response times up to 99% faster than traditional methods and save an average of 30% in customer support costs. For example, shameless plug, here we go. Chat Desk, a black owned customer service company, helps businesses provide 24/7 support while creating jobs for brand superfans. So, excuse me, y'all. Before this presentation, I had no idea who Chat Desk was. Okay, so let's go ahead. Oh, it's not my fault, y'all. Let's go ahead and look them up. Chat Desk. Shout out to Chat Desk. Shout out to them people that pulled up. So this is Chat Desk right here, and obviously they help businesses be able to harness the power of AI through chatbots. Okay, so chatbots. I like chatbots for the simple fact that it helps bring leads further through the sales process. So a lot of times your sales team don't need to be answering like mundane questions that could be answered by a very intelligent chatbot, because at the end of the day that's going to really like kind of like burn out your sales team, because they're getting on the phone and they're answering just basic questions about your business or services that could have been handled already by a chatbot or an intelligent AI voice assistant. If you need something like that implemented within your business, please holla at me. I engineer phenomenal AI voice assistants. But moving right along, these chatbots are what's absolutely necessary in order for us to be able to really kind of like enhance the customer experience. Okay, so that's why I really like chatbots. Shout out to Chat Desk, being a black owned company and within the AI space. So that is pretty much the overall view of some of these strategies that come with prompt engineering. I am going to continue to give you guys sauce on the prompt engineering, because I feel like when it comes to the base of anything that is built with AI and automations, prompting is at the foundation of it. If you don't know how to prompt correctly, your AI or your automations or anything that you build with AI just will not perform effectively, because you haven't communicated properly with the large language model. So I like to also always let my people know, like, hey, AI is here. Don't be afraid of it. Don't talk about how it's going to take over your job. Don't believe the hype. Don't believe that fear mongering shit. Learn this shit. Understand this shit. Get in tune. Experience this shit. Use this shit within your life to be able to enhance your experience. I need y'all to see me now when I'm talking to you right now. Now I'm talking to you from a real nigga to a real nigga right now. All right. Hats off. We have to begin to really harness the power of AI. I went to a Black Expo the other week, and I asked a bunch of Black business owners, hey, what are you doing to harness the power of AI right now? 8 out of 10 told me I don't even use AI, only because I don't even know nothing about it. So it's not like information is being held back from us. Information is out there. It's the internet. You have to take it upon yourself to learn this shit. If you need help learning it, I'm starting a community and I want you to be a part of it. Okay? Please, Black business owners, understand AI is your gateway to closing this wealth gap. I'll see y'all in the next one.